So, hello everyone. My name is Becky with Scott Leroy Marketing. Today we are going to be talking about building your social media. So, we're going to be talking about brand consistency, setting up and building out your social media platforms, as well as how to connect those social platforms to command and then even find and customize some free content. So, we're going to be looking at all of that for you. This class is kind of like a part one where we're basically talking about the setup of your social accounts. We do have another class. It's called Paid Ads and Social Media or Social Post Campaigns. Feel free to check that out. That walks you through actually creating those social posts through command and going ahead and creating your paid ad campaigns. So feel free to check that out. It's on our YouTube channel. Again, it's called um, Paid Ads and Social Post Campaigns. So feel free to check that out. It's like a part two to this class after this class. Um, Before we get started, there's a couple things I do want to mention. Today's class will be up on our YouTube channel within about 24 hours. Since it's Friday, it'll probably be by the end of business day today. Um, so feel free to, if you want to go look at the recording after this, you can definitely do that. Should be up by end of business day today. Um, and if you are watching this back on recording, please feel free to email us with any questions you may have. That email is support@scottleroymarketing.com. I'm going to drop that in the chat for all of you as well who are here with me live. You can feel free to email us with any questions you may have, and we're happy to get those answered. If you do have questions as we go through class today, please drop them in the chat. I'll do my best to get those answered in real time as we're going through it. But if it's a more in-depth question, then I might save the question for the end just to make sure we have time to cover everything we need to cover. But I will definitely save some time at the end of class for those questions you may have. I'm also going to drop a link to our YouTube channel in the chat for you. I do want to point out when you go to our YouTube channel, we strongly recommend you check out the videos tab when you're looking for videos. So if you scroll down on that page that I just linked, scroll down and you'll see the videos right here. You can scroll through them. It's about the top 10, I believe, right here. And then we can go over to the videos tab and you'll be able to see all of our most recent videos. So things are always changing both with command and the services that we offer. So we do highly recommend just checking out the most recent videos. If you're searching, just make sure you're finding the most recent videos, checking the date on it. Let's go with, I'll show you an example. So this one actually did pull up properly. Sometimes they're out of order, but you'll see the first one that pops up. On mine, it shows 1 month ago. Sometimes it doesn't show that much. Um, so yeah, so today's class is going to be up at the top of the videos tab for you once by the end of business day. I do see that question in the chat. If there's slides sent to you after class. I'm not actually using slides today. I am walking through different steps, but the video will be available on our YouTube channel, which I did drop in the chat. But we're Scott Leroy Marketing on YouTube, and it should be up at the very top of the videos tab. So there's no slides for today's class. However, you can feel free to find the recording. And then another question for some of you just joining, the name of the person talking. My name is Becky with Scott Leroy Marketing. Alrighty, so with all of that covered, we're going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to close out our YouTube channel for now, and then we're going to go ahead and jump in. So first, let's talk about the different social media platforms that integrate with Command. So there's 3 different platforms that work for social post campaigns. You have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which is now X. So those are the 3 we'll be diving into today because those are what integrate with Command better. If you're running social post campaigns and paid ads through Command to those platforms, that way you'll be able to access those. There are 2 other platforms that you can do paid ads through your command. You can do Google or TikTok. You don't have to use a personal account for those. KW uses global accounts, so you don't actually have to have an account for either of those. And we walk you through how to do those again in our class, which is like a part 2 to this, and that's our paid ads and social post campaigns. you can feel free to check that out after this class. It's kind of like a part two. But yeah, so we'll be diving into the ones that you do need personal accounts for. I'll show you how to get them created, built out, and branded consistently for you. So we're going to start on Facebook. While we are going over here, I do want to talk about brand recognition. So I will mention brand consistency a lot in this class. I'm sure you will hear me. Um, but you want to make sure your branding is consistent across your accounts. Don't get stuck on branding when you're just getting started. It's okay to rebrand later on. I know when you're getting started, it's hard to know what you should have, what you should start with, and you have all of the great ideas. Just know that it's okay to rebrand later on. Even big companies rebrand. I'm sure you all have known some big companies rebranding. It's okay to rebrand later on. You just want to start consistent. Make sure you have the same logo across all your profiles or the same, profile pictures and contact information across your profiles. So we recommend using like one headshot, one logo, one email, and one phone number across all of the platforms. Even if you change them later on, pick your brand colors, and then explore your own social media accounts as a consumer once you have them set up. So you can go through and take a look. Are you easy to find? Can a person reach you in just a few clicks? Do all of the links in all of your profiles work? Is the content easy to read? Things like that. You kind of just want to audit your own information on that. We also, reach out to some friends. If you have some trusted friends, see if they can go search for you and see if they can find you and, give some feedback on what it looks like on their end. Um, it's some great resource, great feedback for you, is to have someone who knows you and knows your branding there. So we're going to go ahead and set up those social accounts. So first we are going to sign into Facebook. A lot of people ask about creating new pages. Do you need to create a new account? You can sometimes create a new Facebook account. However, you don't have to. And if you use your current personal account, it's easy for you to invite people to like your Facebook business page, um, and things like that directly that you already have those friends added. You don't have to go find them. So it might be easier to do it through your personal account. Now, I'm going to go ahead and sign into this demo account. You can create a new account with this button right here, or you can log in using your logins here. Or if yours looks like mine, you've already logged in, you should be able to just click that and log in from there. Give it a second. Hopefully it'll load for me. And there we go. So when we are in Facebook, we want to create a Facebook business page. Facebook business pages are required in order to link it with command. It does have to be specifically a business page. You can't link just a personal account. But those business pages are created through personal accounts. So we'll walk you through setting up a new business page. So you're going to click in the top right corner. You can click the three dots right, or the 9 squares right here, and it'll pop up this whole menu right here. You can go create, and you can create a page right here. I'm not going to walk you through creating a page, but that's how you would do it through there. We already have an existing page. We do have a tip video that walks you through setting up a new page if you want to go check that out on our YouTube channel. And then there's a couple ways where we can access our existing business pages. So on the left-hand side, you'll see some shortcuts for me. So if yours looks like this, sometimes the layout can be a tiny bit different, especially if you're looking mobile device versus on a desktop browser. You can also click the 9 squares in the top right corner again, and then you can go to pages right here. And then you can pick the page you'd like to manage. I'm going to go with this one for today. So when we do that, what we're looking at right now is we are just looking at it as a consumer would view our website, so that we're just viewing the page. We don't have the access to edit it from this view. We would have to switch our view right here. So we would just say switch now or switch down here. I'm going to go ahead and switch over. Give it a second. And now we are in our professional dashboard, or we have access to our professional dashboard, and we can go through and we can make changes to this. So you can click edit right here to cover those main things on your page. So you can edit your profile picture, your cover photo. You can also create an avatar if you want, your biography that will appear on your page, and then some customizing your info. There's a couple ways you can change this different information, similar to some of the aspects in Command where you can go in and edit them individually, or there's different ways to access the same things. So you could just click the edit cover photo or click on your image to edit it here, but we're just going to do it through here. We'll leave the profile picture as it is. We can just say edit right here, and then you can select a photo or upload it. So selecting a photo would be the ones you've already uploaded. You can go in and choose a different one there. We'll go with that one, a little zoomed out. Looks a little crooked to me. That could just be me. But we'll save it and we'll see it update over here. And then scrolling down, you can edit your biography. Biographies can be kind of complicated, especially if you're new, you're not sure what you should include or what you shouldn't include. And this is going to be one of those free resources I recommend for you. It's going to be AI. ChatGPT is a great resource. With KW emails, you have access to Gemini AI, so you can use either of them. But if we go over here, I'm just going to go to chatgpt.com. I'll drop that in the chat for you as well. And then we can just say, write a 2-sentence bio. We'll say, we'll put that there. And then you'll see right here, it just populates one for us, and we can just copy it directly and go put it in our, change this. And you'll see down at the bottom, it says how many characters we have remaining. We have -40, so I'm actually going to remove this last sentence, and there we go. Sometimes even if you do have characters remaining, it can cut it off a little bit. So just play around with the length there. But we'll go ahead and we'll save that. There we go. You'll see that it's saved. You can post that to your feed directly if you wanted, or you can skip it, it doesn't matter. But that could be some good free content for you when you've made a change. You can go ahead and post it to your feed and have that content ready made. Customizing your information down here, you can edit this. There's actually some other places we could do stuff like this, like editing our details. But we can add contact information. So we can add our address, our service areas, our email address. We can toggle that on or off, as well as hours, price range, things like that. And then websites, which I say price range, you probably don't actually want that as a real estate agent. That one's going to be different for every client, depending on what price range they have. So ignore I said that part. But the other ones, specialties and services, things like that. And then moving down, you can link your website right here. So we strongly recommend linking your websites, your KW website. If you link it here and then link your Facebook profiles on your command, it should help boost your SEO, because when you link that in your command, you'll be able to, when you link your Facebook and Instagram and things like that in your command, they'll actually be able to access your profiles directly from your website. And so you want to make sure those are both visible on there. So add that website to your social media. It doesn't have to be your KW website. If you have a personal third-party custom one that you have, you can do that as well. We just recommend making sure that your website is linked to your social media and your social media is linked to your website and vice versa. I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can find your website URL through command if you want to use your KW agent site. So we're going to go over to command. I'm just logged in on our home page here. Command is agent.kw.com if you're not familiar with it. And then on the left-hand side, we're going to navigate down to the websites tab right here. If you're not sure what each of these applets are, You can hit the red square with the white KW. It'll expand that whole menu. But each of these are called applets within Command. So we're going to go to the website's applet. There's a couple of ways we can find that here. We can just copy the website URL right here. We can just click that and it's going to copy it and we can share it from there. We can view our website. We can go, customize our website. We have some classes on that as well. Under our settings, this is going to bring us to our marketing profile. So if you scroll all the way down to my subdomain, this is where you'll confirm and update your subdomain so you can make changes to it if you want. But you can also come and grab that subdomain from here. Just make sure you add the .kw.com. The easiest one is going to be just to grab it from right here. And then you can come over here and you can edit it. And it's going to bring you to the About section, which is where we would edit that. Just putting in the same one here, but you would just come down, click the pencil, add it in. You can add an additional website if you have multiple, and then we'll just click Save. Alrighty. So then when we are viewing our main profile, we'll go back over here. You'll see up at the top the full URL we have right here. This is also called our username. Our Facebook link, our username. Facebook calls it a username, which is different than most people would expect because usually a username is what you sign in with and not a URL. But that's what Facebook calls this, is your this part right here is your username. So we can change that if we wanted to. So in that, we're in our business page and we are going to, sorry, I'm bringing blanks for just a second. Yeah, settings on the left-hand side. All right, so we'll just click our settings right there. And down through here, you're going to go down to page setup. And you'll see your name right here. And you can edit the name that shows on your profile. And you can also edit that username. Keep in mind with the name, you can edit it, I believe, only twice every 6 months. So if you're playing around with it, make sure you know what you want your name to be before you go in and enter it in. So they only allow you to change that twice every 6 months. So you don't want to be stuck with one just because you were testing it. So just keep an eye on that. Your username, however, down here, you can change that as much as you'd like. There's no restrictions on that. So we can go ahead and add that in. It'll tell us if it's available or not. And then you'll see that it's available. And then you can just save your changes. I actually want to keep it how it was, so I'm just going to leave it there. But that's how you would change the username. And then if you go back to your Facebook page, here we go, you'll be able to see it there. This is the link you would want to add to your marketing profile in Command to have it show on your website. I'm going to grab that and I'm going to show you where you can change that. We were just there. So again, we're in the website's applet and we're under the settings over here. And then if you go down over here to social, it's going to have all of your social media links right here. So you can go in and you can enter those in, and then it will allow people to access your social media directly from your website if you want to do that. So back over to Facebook, you can see how to invite friends to like your new page. So what we're going to do actually is we want to switch back over to our personal profile. We'll go there. And then we're going to go back and view our page. So when you're viewing the page, again, we're back and we're not in the managing view. So we're not actually within the page. We are viewing the page as our personal profile. So in order to invite your friends to like the post or like your profile, you'll just click these 3 dots right here and you can click invite friends down here. So this is a demo account, so we don't have any friends to select in here, but you'll be able to select up to, I believe it's 200 friends at a time in order to like your page. So that's not, you're not limited to only 200 people liking your page. Just at a time, you can only have 200 invites out at a time. So as more people accept those invites to like your page or reject them, which does sometimes happen, you'll be able to invite more people once those invites have been responded to. So accepted or rejected, you'll see those through here. You'll be able to see who you have pending invites to, who's been selected, and things like that. Um, so yeah, so that pretty much covers Facebook. So now we are going to go over to Instagram. We're going to leave our Facebook open just because you do have to link your Facebook and Instagram in order to connect them to command. But we're going to go over to Instagram. And the same thing here. You can log in with your Facebook. You can sign up and create a new account here. Or if you have an existing Instagram, you can do that here. I'm going to go ahead and log in. There we go. So now once we are in that account, we do also recommend when you're using when you're creating an account for Instagram, you might want to create the account under the same email address you have your Facebook under, just to make sure that make your life a little easier when remembering those logins. Um, and I do see a question. Does it have to be a business page as well? And that is a great question. That's actually where we're going with this next. Yes, it does have to be a business page. And then the question is, would we log into Instagram from a personal page or business page? You'll log into Instagram. You'll log into your, if it's a business account, you'll log in to your business account. If you're talking about, yeah, so you would log into whichever account you're using for Instagram. So hopefully that answered your question. If you're referring to signing in from Facebook, that's a good question. You might have to log in from your personal page. You probably have to log in from your personal page, and then you can connect the two, I believe. That's a very good question. All right, so we are in our Instagram account, and I'm gonna show you how you can turn this into a business account. Currently, I have this as a personal page. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to click more down on the bottom left. And then I'm going to go up to settings. And under settings, we are going to scroll down all the way down. And you're going to go down to, for professionals, account type and tools. I do see someone saying it is the personal account that you sign into when you're doing Facebook. Thank you for confirming that, Tori. I appreciate that. But while we are in our Instagram, we'll just click that and then we're just going to click switch to professional account. It's going to ask what type best describes you. You can choose either. I haven't heard anyone have any problems with either of those. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say business, and then we'll say next. And then for this, it just kind of gives you an overview. And then you're going to select a category, and we'll say search real estate. So you can find which one works best for you. I'm going to say real estate agent on this one. I highly recommend adding show your category on profile. You don't want to be your area's best kept secret. You want people to know that you are a real estate agent. So we're going to keep that. We're going to show that on our profile. I'm going to ask if we want to switch. I'm going to say yes. There we go. And then it's going to have us review our contact. Well, it says your business account is ready. Said that about reviewing your business account, your contact information. If we go down to the professional account, we can change it through there. So we can add our email address, we can add our WhatsApp or our phone number down through here. So we can go through and we can say, go down, you can enter the phone number if you want. But you want to make sure that contact information is displayed, and we'll just say submit. and then it'll save it for us. So we'll go back over to our profile so you can see that. We've been switched over to a business account here. Once again, while we're here, that username right here that you'll grab, you can copy and paste it and bring it over to your marketing profile in Command, and you'll just drop it in under the Instagram. If you wanted to change that profile, if you want to make any edits to it, you can just click that edit profile. You can change your cover photo if you'd like. You can add in. So the website does need to be added by mobile. So Instagram was really created as a mobile app. It wasn't originally designed to be created as a website, as a desktop site. So it's really created as an app, and you'll see some of those things that can only be edited on your mobile device. And so the website is one of them. You can change your photo. We can go grab that same biography we made for our Facebook and put it in here. Again, focusing on that brand consistency. You'll see I'm way over on this one too. But we're going to go back. We'll take out that last sentence. I do like that last sentence, but there we go. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then you can go through and make any of those if you'd like, and we'll again submit that. There we go. Alrighty. So then if you wanted to change the username that people see when they're viewing your profile right here, you wanted to change what that looks like, or change that right there. Didn't mean to do that. You can go over to your profile, and then you're going to click Edit Profile. And then we're going to go to the Accounts Center. So we'll go see more in Accounts Center. And under your profile right here, you'll be able to change the username, and that's what'll show in the Instagram account address when people are viewing it. So you can change that. It'll tell you if it's available. You can change your name there. You do that, it tells you it's available right there, and then you would just click Done. And there we go. Alrighty, so then when you are looking to link your account to your Facebook, you would just click Add Accounts right here. You can add your Facebook account. We'll continue. Go through here. All right. So we can link those accounts through here, but we actually really want to go over to our Facebook. I knew that didn't look right. Sorry, guys. But if we go over to our Facebook, we're going to go to our Facebook business page. We'll switch into that one. And then you can go down on our left-hand menu, and we'll go to the Insights. And then we should see our linked accounts through here. Well, we must have just changed that. Let's try it. Sorry guys, they just moved it around and now I do this. I'm trying to remember where they put it. It's usually in the Accounts Center. Give me just a second. Let me make sure I'm grabbing their instructions. So I remember them changing it and it's a little different. Oh, there we go. On the left-hand side, we're in our settings. Okay, I was in the right place. I just didn't scroll down far enough. We're in our settings, and then you'll see linked accounts right there. And then you can connect your Instagram through here. Connect it, only connect an Instagram professional account to a Facebook page. We'll connect them. Continue. And you have to log in. There we go. That connected it for us. It does send a code to our email. You may get a code to yours, and you'll see it counting down over here. I'm not going to grab that code at the moment, but that's how you would connect those if you, so when you do that, you'll want to grab that code from your email. Whatever you have set up as your Facebook email, you can do it through there. Alrighty, so that is Facebook and Instagram. And then finally we have X, or formerly Twitter. So you can sign up with Google, Apple, or you can create an account here. If you already have an account, you can sign in through here. Go ahead and grab that, get those logins. Alrighty. So once we are logged in to X, we can go down to our profile on the left-hand side. So on X, you do not have to have a premium or professional account in order to link it to your command. Only for Instagram and Facebook do you have to do that. So you can edit your profile, you can edit your name, add a profile cover photo right here if you wanted to, and image. You can add that same bio here. You can add the location, link your website through here if you'd like. We're gonna go ahead and we'll grab that bio again. This one just cuts off the end of that, so there we go. And then our website, we're gonna go grab that again. Again, brand consistency, we want to have it all the way across. And then we can click save. There we go. If you wanted to change so right here, again, you have that link you can grab. So you can go back over to your marketing profile under the social, and you can add it in here. You'll want to make sure you save it. I did not save it last time. So when I switched, it didn't save it here, which is fine because these are demo accounts. So we can switch back and forth if we wanted. But for yours, you'll want to make sure you save it. So if you wanted to edit your username, you can click More right here, and you can click Settings and Privacy. Under your account information, you can change, you'll have to enter in your password again. So let me grab that again. And then you'll be able to change that username. And we can click Save, and it'll update automatically for us. So then once you have all of that, you can go over, again, add it in here. Yeah, so that is how you would set up those accounts. Now I want to show you how you can connect your social accounts to your command. I'm going to go to Home, and under Home, we're going to go to the drop-down menu under our name right here, and we're going to click Settings. And under Settings, this is where you can connect those integrations that you have. So scrolling down, you'll have Facebook and Instagram and Twitter right here. So if you have your accounts connected already, it'll tell you the status of the account and what accounts are connected. If they're not already connected, you can connect more right here, or you can connect it, manage the ones that are connected. I didn't agree, or I didn't finish the process of connecting the Facebook and Instagram, just for the sake of timing. But once those are connected, you'll be able to go in and add them in through here. And then same for Twitter. So if you wanted to connect them for paid ads, that one is going to be in a completely different place in command. We do have a tip video on that. Again, we have that other class that walks you through connecting both the social posts accounts as well as the ad accounts. So you have those different ways you can do those there. If you're looking to create content for your social posts, we have a bunch of resources that we can provide for you. Um, so the first one I want to point out is designs in command. So they have, you can create a design, we'll say social next, and it's going to bring us to this design. Give it a second to load here. Alrighty, and you can see through here, they have it broken down. They have a bunch of templates that you can use. So if we wanted to say, maybe we want it to be holiday, you can choose whatever you would like to do through there. You can go through, find one. You wanted to filter them by social posts, social square. You can do it through here. And you can use them, edit them. We do also have a class on designs in command. The recording should be on our YouTube channel. I believe that was actually yesterday's class, so it should be right at the very top of our YouTube channel if you wanted to check that out. Um, Actually, no, it wasn't yesterday's class. Sorry, got confused for a second there. But you should be able to find it on our YouTube channel. It should be designs. So you'll be able to see that there. So that's the first one I wanted to show you was command. You can also find images here for free. So you can go through and search and find images that you can use royalty free through here. Next, you can go to Canva. Canva and KW recently launched a partnership back a month or two ago, and so they have some templates that you can use. You'll just go to canva.kw.com, and if you're not already signed in to Command, which I already signed into Command, it's going to have you log in using your Command logins. So it's going to be a little different than normal Canva logins. So you want to go to canva.kw.com. Once you're signed in, you should be able to access Canva directly through here. And then you can go through and you can create them. So you can search right here. So we can say, the type, we want it to be a design, brand template, the category. We can go and say it's an Instagram post. And then we can say, let's see what it'll pull up through here. So that one's searching our designs. We can also search templates and go through and find those. And then we can go in and edit them and download them and then use them for our social media. So that's another great resource is Canva, especially with the premium accounts through KW. Another good resource would be pexels.com. I'm going to drop that in the chat. Let me go there if I can get the full link that you can just click. We'll grab that. So that's in the chat as well. So this one has a bunch of free stock photos, royalty-free images and videos that you can use for free without having to pay anything. So you can go through and you can search. I'll just say fall. And then you can go through and you can find a picture you want to use for your social posts. You can be more specific and use different ones if you'd like, but you can download it directly through here. Another good one is unsplash.com. It's very similar in that it's royalty-free media. There are some paid options on, I believe, both sites, but there's a ton of free resources that you can use through here. So you'll see if it has a lock icon next to it, that just means that that one is one you'd have to pay for. But you can see there's still a bunch that you can download without having to pay or anything like that. So those are some great options. We do also have some social posts, some templates and things that you can use. If you go to scottleroymarketing.com, I'm going to drop that in the chat for you. You'll just log in with your Market Center number. Here we go. And once you are signed in there, if you go to the Agent Resources tab, all the way down under Marketing Support, we have both the agent concierge and templates. So agent concierge is going to be things that we can create for you. So you can go through, fill out this form, and we can create it. Please do keep in mind that we do request up to 2 business days to create this piece for you. So it's not going to be an immediate because our team is creating it for you. So if you need it immediately, um, that's not necessarily going to be your best option. But under agent resources, you can go down to templates. And we have a ton of Canva templates you can use. So we have them broken down. KW Classic, KW Luxury, KW Modern, or KW Black and White templates. And you can go through, we'll go with black and white, and you can go down and find different things that you'd like. So these ones are signs. We can filter it, we can search. So you can say, see social, that'll pull it up. We'll just filter it down here. We can go down to social, then we'll say done. Well, it doesn't want to load for me. All right, well, I'll scroll down and show you. You can also just scroll through without having to search. There's not a million different categories, but you can see right here, there's social designs you can use, and then you can just say use in Canva. And it's going to bring you to a preview where you can go through and edit them. And that, or you can't edit them in the preview. You can open it in the editor. And you have the option to go through and make changes to all of these templates that we have available for you. Believe that does it for all I have for today. If you have any questions, please go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'll be happy to get those answered. If you're not sticking around for questions, thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend.